Get ready for the next big crypto opportunity. Bitcoin has just triggered the MTG 2020 breakout signal, indicating it's a prime time to buy pullbacks and top altcoins now. In this video, we reveal the charts of 5 cryptos with high relative strength to help you find the perfect entry points for maximum profits with lower risk. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button with the notification bell on to ensure you don't miss out on our latest crypto signals and updates. Let's dive in. APT Aptos is one of the top relative strength altcoins on our watch list over the past few weeks. If you take a look here at the daily chart, you'll see it's been absolutely on fire. Notice how it's been rallying now for about 3.5 weeks and nice steady uptrend. The white line here, the 10-day moving average, APT has only pulled back to touch that one time and it's been trending steadily higher. So again, relative strength is one of the top factors in our swing trading strategy. And if a crypto is so strong that it keeps rallying to new highs, even while Bitcoin or Ethereum are moving sideways, that's a clear sign of relative strength. And it's definitely one of the top altcoins we'd look to buy on a pullback. Now, what are we looking at here? Well, we've got top relative strength. We've got confirmation of high volume on the breakout. Sometimes we have high relative strength, but if we don't have the volume, it's not a valid play. So we always look for the confirmation of volume. Notice here, starting around January 9th, we had a big volume surge, and its volume's been very bullish since then. Higher volume on the up days and lower volume on the down days, which is exactly what we want to see. So we've got a bullish volume pattern here, bullish price action, top relative strength. We've actually been talking about APT in the Morpheus crypto chat room now for the past several weeks. And we pointed out a few weeks ago that it was coming into support of the 10-day moving average. Now, we actually expected a bit of an undercut of the 10-day MA or a bit longer consolidation, but the relative strength is so high that it hasn't even touched the 10-day MA more than that one time. Nevertheless, even the strongest cryptos typically provide pullback entries. So we are monitoring this for a pullback back down to this prior breakout level, the 1460 area, while the 10-day moving average is rising up to provide support. But ultimately, we could also be looking at a sideways consolidation rather than a pullback. The strongest cryptos don't always pull back. Sometimes they correct by time instead of by price. So correction by time is when the price moves sideways, which allows the moving averages to rise up and provide support. So that's actually quite a likely scenario with APT, is that we may just get several weeks of sideways price action, which would be the same effect as actually having a pullback. So we're either looking for a pullback, a retracement, or we're looking for sideways price action. And again, this is one of the top altcoins on our watch list. And keep an eye on this one and look to buy into weakness. Number 2 on our relative strength watch list is FET, Fetch.ai network. And you'll see here that it's been on a steady uptrend ever since January 5th breakout, steadily trending higher, nice steady uptrend. It's recently come into support of the 10-day moving average after trending sideways for a week. So remember, we mentioned that prices can correct by time, which is a consolidation rather than pulling back. And that's what we're seeing here in FET. Over the past week, just trading sideways, which allowed the 10-day moving average to rise up and provide support. The volume pattern is also bullish. Notice we've seen increasing volume, and every up day has been on higher volume and the down days on lighter volume. So we're not seeing any signs of distribution here, which is a good sign. And even if we go back to mid-December, when we had the initial breakout, we had some nice big volume pattern, and it was not followed by heavy selling. So nice looking volume pattern here, which you can definitely see even better on the weekly chart. If you take a look at the weekly time frame, you can see there are very big volume bars. So don't forget to zoom out to the weekly chart sometimes, because the weekly time frame definitely gives you a better perspective of how things look that you sometimes can miss easily on the daily chart. Since FET is already trading sideways, it's already correcting. We are now looking for potential buy entry either on a further pullback, such as a quick dip down to the 20-day moving average, currently around 23 to 24 cents, or if we get another consolidation for another week or so and then break out above the highs, we would consider buying the breakout. But we always prefer the lower risk pullback entry. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye. If there's a shakeout, we'll be a buyer of the shakeout, anything that comes into the 20-day moving average. We also like in particular that FET is an AI focused play. So any crypto that's related to AI right now is a hot sector, both in crypto and stocks. And I think that AI is going to be one of the top sectors of the year. So that definitely has our attention. I think that's why we're seeing a lot of interest in FET, is because it is related to AI. And I think that AI has the ability to show relative strength, even if Bitcoin and Ethereum pull back. AI is probably going to hold up just much better because there's so much interest and accumulation going on in the sector. Next up is AGIX, Singularity Net. What we really like about this one is, just like FET, it's another token in the AI sector. It's an AI play. It has been showing high relative strength since breaking out in early January, pretty much the same day that FET broke out, January 5th. Been steadily uptrending, very similar chart pattern to FET, although you could say that FET has slightly more relative strength, because whereas AGIX has pulled back from the highs, FET merely trading sideways. AGIX has also dipped below its 10-day moving average, but it's holding above its 20-day moving average, which is what we want to see. And this is currently setting up for a lower risk pullback entry point on this pullback. Now, we actually bought this in the Morpheus crypto report and notified members, and we sold it very quickly as a quick hold swing trade, and we made a 42% gain selling into strength last week. And then we waited for the pullback, and we just re-entered into it, bought back into it yesterday, just above 17 cents. So we're already up almost 10% on our re-entry. After selling into strength, we waited patiently for the pullback. So that's how we like to do it with MTG. We swing trade crypto, so we take the profits, wait for the re-entry, and get back in. So we're not sitting on things forever. And just like with the other cryptos, the volume pattern has been bullish, higher volume on the up days. And we did have one particular day here where it looks like we had some distribution volume. But if you look at the 4-hour chart, all the volume actually came in on the upward move. Number 4 on our list is Ocean Protocol. This has also been showing top relative strength since the beginning of January, steadily marching higher, holding firmly above the 10-day moving average. Notice how well that 10-day moving average acts as support in the short term whenever you've got something showing relative strength. We've also got a bullish volume pattern, higher volume up days, lower volume in the down days, which is what we want to see. So we're looking for a potential pullback entry on Ocean. Again, either an undercut of the 20-day moving average or even all the way down to the rising 20-day moving average. Alternatively, of course, a correction by time with sideways price action over the next several weeks is also a suitable entry point. Last up on our list, number 5 is Hooked Protocol. Now, Hook is a recent ICO, which means initial coin offering. And that means that there's not a lot of overhead resistance because the price action has not been trading that long. If you take a look here, you can see this was only launched in early December, and it's already near its all-time high. It's broken out above resistance, and there was just less than 1 day of price action above this. So the good thing about an ICO is, because it is relatively new, there's minimal overhead supply to hold down the price action. So it's kind of a blue sky situation. So that's a positive, just like an IPO in the stock market can be good if there's momentum, because there's not overhead supply at higher levels. So we'd like that it's a recent ICO. It is showing emerging relative strength. The relative strength has been picking up here over the past week and a half. It needs a little bit more time to establish a pattern and a base, but so far it's the relative strength is growing. The volume pattern is bullish, higher volume up days, and again, we need more price action to see. And basically what they are is Hook is an on-ramp for Web3 adoption, which obviously is a pretty hot thing right now, as well is getting Web3 to mass adoption.